Right now, the severe storm is not in San Angelo. It's not headed towards San Angelo. However, we may have another severe storm, different storm, but another severe one within the next 30 minutes. So we'll watch how that one right over San Angelo developing right over town right now. But the severe warned storm is in northeastern Tom Green County here towards Miles into southern Runnels County. That's in effect until 9:45 p.m. So this one storm, the storm right here by Miles, formed in a northern San Angelo, blew up within 10 minutes or so. $half size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That is pushing into Miles, going to head towards Rowena and eventually up towards Ballinger over the next 30 minutes or so. So that's a big storm we're watching here. Another big storm up here towards Robert Lee on the south side here. You got a developing hail core with this one as well. We already had some hail in Robert Lee headed towards Bronze. This is a second storm that's in effect until 9:15 p.m. for Coke and Runnels County. So you see multiple different storms in different cells. Let me take you to the hail core right now. San Angelo, no hail recorded yet, but we'll have to watch that one storm. Once again, I'll get to San Angelo in just a second, but hail core with this cell. Golf ball size hail, upwards of $half size hail according to the National Weather Service, just off to the northeast of Harriet. This is pushing in the direction of Miles and in the direction of Rowena, and then eventually getting towards the Ballinger area. So this hail core is going to go this way. This hail core south of Robert Lee, that's going to go this way between Bront and Tennyson. So this is going to push this way. This is going to push this way along Route 67 here. So two hail cores that we're tracking. San Angelo, we're seeing a storm developing over you right now. So this particular storm formed about 15 minutes ago over northern San Angelo. Within about 10 to 15 minutes, it became strong to severe, $half size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's pushing away from the city, but towards Miles and Rowena. We have another cell here right now, 8:48 p.m., not severe warned, but this could be like this storm and develop rapidly and quickly become severe. So right now, the city of San Angelo is not under a severe thunderstorm warning or any warning. But we're watching this because, as you see over the past few frames here, it's gotten stronger, and that's going to continue to be the case. So we're watching a developing storm over San Angelo. Cannot rule out some small hail, gusty winds, frequent lightning. We've seen that for sure, but this storm is forming right over the city. It's not severe warned yet, but it's strengthening right over us. So I can't really say what it's going to do because it's going to develop right over the city. So if it develops like this particular storm, we can expect some quarter size, possibly even some $half sized hail with this storm within the next 10 to 15 minutes. So not seeing it right now, but it's quickly developing. So if you're in San Angelo, text us your reports, 325-655-6006, or leave them in the comments section here on our Facebook Live video. But this is the particular storm that we're watching right now. So if you're in San Angelo, let us know what you're seeing. I repeat, San Angelo is not under any warning at this moment at 8:50 p.m. But it could become a severe storm, and I do anticipate that it may become a severe storm because you see how quickly this one off to the northeast developed and then blew up, and now we're talking about $half size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind. So that could happen to San Angelo as well. We're watching this carefully. So the whole city pretty much is seeing this storm over town right now, quickly developing, and also seeing those gusty winds. Another threat here is some flash flooding. We saw the storms move through Sterling County, Coke County. We got that flash flood warning. This particular flash flood warning here in Sterling County is in effect until 11 p.m. So remember, turn around, do not drown with these storms that are moving very slowly as they develop into this particular line. So over the next several hours, this is going to push on off to the east here. As I clicked the wrong button here, this moves on off to the east, quickly weakening by the time we get towards about 11 p.m. to midnight. So we're under the gun between now and about the next 2 hours for developing storms. Some of these could be strong to severe, and then we're quiet during the overnight period. So once again, let me back up here. Here's our two hail cores that we're watching. Golf ball size, upwards of $half size, northeast of Harriet. This is going right along Route 67 towards Rowena, up towards Ballinger and towards the Miles area. This one up towards Robert Lee, headed towards Bronze and Tennyson, Route 277 here. So this is two different hail cores we're watching. No hail core right now here in San Angelo. But once again, we're watching for this developing cell over the city of San Angelo. This could quickly become strong to severe. So not a severe warning right now, but as you see, each frame that comes on in, it's becoming stronger and stronger. So we'll have to watch that. for some small hail, gusty winds, and that frequent lightning. So developing situation over San Angelo, because it is developing right over town. It's not moving in from anywhere. It's developing right over us. So we'll have to watch what it does over the next 15 minutes or so. If the National Weather Service sees enough to put a warning on it, we'll obviously let you know. But right now, not under a severe warning here in the city of San Angelo. But you don't want to be driving anywhere in town because it's starting to rain, and especially off to the northeast along Route 277. So once again, this is the strongest storm that we're tracking right now, headed right into Miles. This is going to go towards Rowena and then eventually up towards Ballinger. A second separate cell is up towards Robert Lee. This one, they're kind of going to combine, and what it does when it combines, we'll have to watch that carefully. But this particular cell is headed towards Bronze and then eventually headed in the Winters direction as well. So two cells here, they're going kind of the same direction, headed towards the Ballinger area. They're going to kind of combine right over Ballinger over the next 30 minutes or so. San Angelo, these cells are not headed in your direction, but once again, it's that separate one that we're watching. So seeing any hail core, not seeing it here in San Angelo, that's some good news, but I can't rule out some hail, especially on the south side of town here between San Angelo and Wall. We're seeing some of that red start to show in. So not seeing any hail, nothing on the radar to suggest that. However, this cell is continuing to strengthen as it pushes on off to the northeast. So we'll keep you updated on that. But once again, Miles under a pretty good hail core right now. Miles is right about here. So we're seeing that hail core golf ball size, possibly even larger, upwards of $half size in Miles right now. This is going to continue along Route 67 in the direction of Wawena. So it's continuing to push east-northeastward towards the Waukee and up towards Wawena as well. This hail core, it's gotten a little bit stronger here with that purple shaded area. This is headed off to the northeast between Bronze and Tennyson, Route 60 or Route 277. Don't want to be driving on that. Golf ball size, possibly even a little bit larger. When you start to see that purple, you're starting to see upwards of tennis ball size hail with that particular cell. Right now, rural part of Coke County, that's headed though towards Route 277 between Bront and Tennyson. So once again, we'll back up here. This is what we're talking about. So severe thunderstorm warning, 9:45 p.m. That includes Tom Green County, does not include the city of San Angelo. Northeastern Tom Green County includes Miles, Wawena, Ballinger until 9:45 p.m. $half size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This other storm here, upwards of golf ball to possibly up and upwards of $half to tennis ball size hail as well. Pushing between Bront and Tennyson. That's headed also in the direction of Ballinger and up towards Winters. And then as we zoom ahead here for everyone here in San Angelo, not a severe warning, but this one storm is forming right over town right now, and we'll have to watch that carefully because if it does do what this particular storm does, it strengthens within about 10 minutes, grows in hail size, and becomes severe warning. So right now that's not what we're seeing, but we're seeing some of that rain developing right over San Angelo, some small hail, gusty winds, and frequent lightning is going to be possible with that as well. So we're watching it over the next several minutes to see if it does become severe warned, and we will, of course, let you know. Let's see what time it is, 8:53. I hope we got some time here for our 9 o'clock show. Okay. I'm going to step out real quick. Keep the radar going here for us on Facebook Live, and then we're going to start the 9 o'clock show in about 5 minutes or so. Let me step out real quick, get some more information. I'll be right back on Facebook Live. We'll keep the radar going, and Fox West Texas Live at 9 on Fox West Texas, and we'll keep it going here on Facebook Live for at least the first couple minutes coming up in about 5 minutes. So stay with us. I'll be right back. All right, we're back here on Facebook Live real quick. We're about to start the 9 o'clock show. If you're with us on Facebook, give you a quick weather update, then we'll go to the 9 o'clock. We're going to start with the weather here. So once again, severe thunderstorm warning till 9:45 p.m. includes Tom Green County, but it does not include the city of San Angelo. It's for this particular storm that formed in northern San Angelo. It's now off to the northeast. It's now southeast of, or east of miles south of Rowena. This hail core is going through, going to go south of Ballinger, thankfully. A pretty large hail core. We'll take you over to hail right now. This is upward of $half size, possibly up to tennis ball size hail between Rowena and headed towards Lowakey here. And this is going to push eastward. It looks like it's going to stay south of Ballinger. That's some good news. Otherwise, the second storm up in Coke County, golf ball size hail, headed towards Route 277. That's going to be pushing on off to the east as well. San Angelo, we have this storm, heavy rain ongoing right now here in downtown. This is pushing eastward. Otherwise, we're dry on this side of town. This is some ground clutter, but you see the yellows and the pinks here. This is on the east side of town. Developing storm, watching if it goes severe, but it is pushing east and northeast right now of downtown San Angelo. But we're watching to see if it becomes a severe storm. We got about 30 seconds here. We're going to hop off. We'll start Fox West Texas Live at 9 and start with the weather update. So stay with us here on Facebook. We're about to start the show in a few seconds.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight on Fox West Texas Live at 9. I'm Tim O'Brien. You're here on air and, of course, on Facebook Live as well. Let's bring in meteorologist Joe DiCarlo. Quite the action going on here, just, I guess, northeast or so, the Concho Valley. Joe, what do we got?
Yeah, we got some severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing right now. And if you're in San Angelo, I'm sure you hear the thunder, the lightning. We even got some heavy rainfall and possibly some small hail as well. We'll get to San Angelo in just a second, but severe thunderstorm warnings right now include Coke, Reynolds, and Tom Green County. Now, it is northeastern Tom Green County. San Angelo were not included in the severe thunderstorm warning. This particular storm that is severe warned is this one right here between Miles and Rowena. It formed in northern San Angelo about 25 minutes ago, quickly became severe, quickly became capable of large hail and damaging winds. It is now pushing south and southeast of Miles, south of Rowena. It's headed in the direction of Route 83 here between Ballinger and Paint Rock. So San Angelo, we're not included in that severe thunderstorm warning with this cell, but we do have some developing storm in San Angelo. I'll talk about that in just a second. Further off to the north here, one other cell moved through Robert Lee. It's now headed towards Bront and Tennyson along Route 277. This is pushing eastward as well. This particular storm is headed in the direction of Winters and Ballinger. Back here, actually, we'll talk about the hail core real quick. Hail core continues to strengthen on this one particular storm. Golf ball upwards now of tennis ball size hail. So this is very large hail, upwards of 2 inches. Here in Lowakey, headed into Lowakey right now. Also in Rowena, it looks like it's going to stay the main hail core just to the south of you. It's going to come this way in southern Runnels County, remain just to the north of Paint Rock, and stay south of Ballinger. So that's the hail core that we're watching right now move through southern Runnels County, and also hail core between Bront and Tennyson. Back here in San Angelo, we're watching for this developing storm. You see over the past 15 minutes or so, we had some yellows and reds move on through town. That's a developing storm like this one. It developed back here to the southwest of San Angelo, quickly became severe with that particular one. So we're watching this storm right now to see if it strengthens and becomes severe warned. You see it's getting its act together a little bit more now. East of San Angelo and north of Wall. This now is east on the northeast side of San Angelo and pushing away from the city. So if this does become severe warned, it's next headed towards Yola and then up towards Paint Rock, and then it's going to run into that one severe thunderstorm warned cell over the next 15 minutes. So we're watching this carefully, but San Angelo, we're dealing with some heavy rain, possibly some small hail and some lightning, but we are not under a severe thunderstorm warning here in the city of San Angelo. Now, another threat with these storms is heavy rainfall in a very short amount of time. Flash flood warnings here in Sterling County and into Coke County. That's in effect until 11 p.m. So it's putting down a lot of rainfall in a short amount of time with these particular storms. I'll update you on where they are, how much hail we're going to see, and what we can expect heading into tomorrow coming up in a few minutes.
Now, as we switch gears tonight, it was just before 8 o'clock, a call for emergency crews to the San Angelo airport for a plane that made a crash landing. According to San Angelo Airport Director Jeremy Valgardson, the National Safety Board currently investigating what happened tonight. The details will be distributed through the City Public Information Officer when it is released. We'll have that information for you here on air and, of course, on FoxWTX. Now, if you're ever suddenly driving into a large body of water and slowly submerge, or if you have driven in and you're slowly submerged, causing your vehicle to sink, what are the safest things to do? The San Angelo Fire Department Assistant Chief giving our Adriana Alexander key tips and